Welcome, everybody, to Monday night's Game of Thrones. Now, we are reviewing Season 2, Episode number 8, and wow, this one was a much important one. And to kick it off, we are going to go to my very, Joker voice. Dion is
Hello! Dion is a putz. This is an understood truth throughout all of Westeros, and in this episode, he gets putzed even more.
Yeah, he does. And we have Shadow of Hawk. I can't believe you people. Really, with all you people already.
Hey! What do you mean, you people?
I don't believe you people.
Huh. What do you mean, you people?
Absolutely.
Hi, Shadow.
Also, I'm 2 episodes ahead because for some reason I thought this was episode 9 week, not episode 8 week.
Yeah, you're all right. Trust me, I was confused too.
Sonny boy, I'm into it. I'm halfway through season 3, so catch up, son.
Oh, good.
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked. And for the first time ever, Mr. Grant Gregory. Welcome.
G'day. How's everyone doing?
Wonderful. And Mr. Grant, you got yourself a little entourage in the chat here.
Yeah. I certainly got to a couple of the mates and that I knew would probably be watching. So it looks like you got a couple of new subs.
I appreciate it. This is my fault. I've been busy getting ready to move in like 2.5 weeks. I forgot you were coming on. That's my fault. So
That's all good.
I already got your information in the description. I'll update the thumbnail. Nobody's here to watch me talk. So as we'll go through the chat, Lawrence Knight first, eat a big one, Shadow, gargle, then swallow, and then slurp on another one. Samuel says, hail everybody. Lawrence says, drunk Karis. JV, what do you have to say about that?
Light the fires, Dracarys.
Headless Ned Shorts. We know what that's in reference to. Mr. Grant sent me here. Thank you for stopping by. Commander Phil, the Legion of Memers. We, of course, Mr. Grant Gregory is a part of that as well. We love the Legion of Memers. Commander Phil, hail everyone. Aussie ASMR, hail Mr. Grant Gregory. Joker said, all the newcomers welcome. Absolutely. Shorts Spotlight said sub. Thank you so much. Subbed also from Aussie ASMR. We loved you guys are the best, to be honest. God bless you for
what do you mean, you guys?
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people? No. There's a healthy audience there of the Legion of Memers in the
Yes, there is.
in Australia. I shouldn't do the voice. Hail everyone coming in, hit the likes if you would.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, say what? I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce.
That's Eshay.
Eshay? Okay, yeah. See, you people. Shadow. Oh, Shadow being nice to the chat for once in his life. That's weird.
I'm nice to everyone but you two.
And again, folks, like the show, share the stream, sub to all the channels underneath in the description.
And the ladies are running late, so hopefully the ladies will be here.
Yeah,
because we know why everybody's here. So we are going to kick it off right freaking here.
Ooh, this is so we start off with Mr. Great Joy and his first mate. They're discussing what they should do about the burned corpses. the first mate says, let him hang and rot a while. Then all of a sudden, the gates open, and in comes Yara. And just from my perspective, this is a very aggressive move she is doing to her. This is a very aggressive posture she's taking toward her little brother.
Oh, he is a putz.
Well, he is a putz.
Well, yeah, the clear look of it's disdain. It's just like, we could have just taken a few villages here and there, but you had to do this. You had to have your moment, and she knows it's not going to go well.
Also, quick question: does anyone know why so many Ironborn know how to ride horses? I wouldn't think that's a thing on the Iron Islands.
Oh yeah, no. There's these things called sea horses. They're very similar, so they practice on those before they go to land horses. So,
oh, like hippocampi?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow! I thought they only had mermaids.
Well, yeah, there was a mermaid seahorse war that we don't really want to talk about because only one side won. I'm not going to tell you which one it was, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
Wow, we got somebody here that knows more than Shadow about this. Awesome. It's about time. Shut up, Shadow. I'm just kidding.
I took the great castle of Winterfell with 20 men.
You're a great warrior. I saw the bodies above your gates. Which one gave you the tougher fight, the cripple or the 6-year-old?
I treated the Stark boys with honor, and they repaid me with treachery.
You treated them with honor by butchering them.
Before I had to kill them,
You
I treated
seized
them...
their home, as is your right. We're Ironborn. We take what we need.
Exactly.
When you made them prisoners in their home and they ran away. Is that treachery? I'd call it bravery.
They made me a promise.
Your little boy prisoners made you a promise and you got mad when they broke it. Are you the dumbest cunt alive?
Don't call me
A cunt. A dumb cunt who killed the only 2 Starks in Winterfell. You know how valuable those boys were.
I killed them. The Northerners would think me weak.
You are weak. And you're stupid.
I'm warning you.
Yeah, but at least you still got
Go
your
on.
Johnson.
Warn me.
For now.
Oh, yeah, for now. And we'll pause it right there to kind of analyze this a little bit.
The de-emasculate, this is where it really starts. I mean, Theon hasn't had a great season 2, and he's definitely going to have a worse season 3. But this is where I think it really it's turned all the way up. Like, the fact of the matter is, this was supposed to be his crowning moment,
Right.
and not one person so far has congratulated him or anything like that. It's been pure and utter disdain for his actions.
I mean,
And
to be
especially-
fair. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
There you go, Chief.
Shadow,
Oh,
go.
Shadow.
I was gonna say, I mean, to be fair, like they have every reason to. He's trying to show off how awesome he is by stabbing the bear clear in the throat.
The wolf.
The wolf. But he's instigating the North by going after Winterfell. If the Ironborn had just gone after a couple of villages, maybe some smaller forts, they would have been fine. But he had to go for Winterfell. He had to kill the Stark boys. Now, the entire even if they win, if the North wins, now you've got the North coming after the Iron Islands with a blood vengeance.
Well, and Yara explains this oh great, yeah, okay, yeah, great. So you took the castle, cool. That's the iron price. That's how it's done. But the boys are more valuable alive than they are dead. Now you've got a huge ass target on your back. And headless Ned Shorts. I guess there are mer people in Game of Thrones. I mean, the theory is that Lord Varys is a murder folk.
Yeah. And my personal interpretation is he's a Blackfire.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can say that.
I personally think the merfolk are kind of like the Ironborn's version of the Children of the Forest.
Yeah.
Entities that were not human but kind of human that disappeared when magic disappeared from the world. That's my take on the merfolk. And then the drowned god is literally just Cthulhu.
I just thought it was someone that
Gotcha.
got grayscale and just fell in the ocean and never came out.
So we find out that she has come to bring Theon home.
Home. Father wants a word.
Is this a joke? Winterfell is the heart of the North.
Aye, it is. Hundreds of miles from the sea. We're islanders, baby brother. Had you forgotten that? Our power comes from our ships. And now that you've decorated your walls with the bodies of the Stark boys, every man in the North wants to see you hang. When Robb Stark finds out...
You won't find out. We've killed all the ravens. We have all the horses. I've taken Winterfell. And I will keep Winterfell.
You're such a putz.
Leave us.
Yeah. And what I actually I think is like she makes a really good point. They're a very good naval people. They can hit, they can run, they can do all this stuff. But when it comes to actually projecting power in the middle of the landmass, they're kind of fucked. A good example of this in history is Alexander the Great. He was going up against a force with a huge navy that could have shattered him and easily. So you know what he did? He never went near the coast. If Robb wants to not have to deal with the Ironborn to retake Winterfell, just avoid the coast. Theon did not think that, and he's an idiot.
Yes,
He's a putz.
he is a putz.
They don't know that, Ozzy. They think he did.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, wait, what? I didn't say anything.
No,
but you mean-
Ozzy.
yeah, sorry.
No.
No. I told you Mr. Grant because I have respect for you.
Aussie ASMR.
That's right. I was gonna have to call you Yankee or something. I don't know what to...
Please do, or Baby Nut.
His
Baby
name
Nuts.
is Baby Nuts. Baby Nuts works.
Baby nuts. Okay, fair enough. At least that's something a bit more masculine.
Theon, you're my blood. We both loved our mother. We both endured our father. Come home with me. Don't die here alone.
I don't intend to die.
Such a dumb line. No one intends to
You're a
die.
terrible baby. Do you know that?
No one intends to die, but I
Falling all the
think
time, never sleeping,
starting in season
One
3,
night
you
just really
kind
shuts
of
up.
wish you had.
screaming like a dying pig.
He's such an
I
idiot.
walked over to your crib. I looked down at you. I wanted to strangle you. And you looked up at me and you stopped screaming. You smiled at me. Don't die
This is
so
one
fast.
thing I've got to appreciate about her. She's playing the role like a woman. She brings up shit from the past that he doesn't remember and then uses it against him.
True. True.
Well, it's also like the sibling thing. Like she's ridiculing him, she's mocking him, but then
Yeah.
she dismisses everyone so they can talk as siblings, not as rivals, and gives him to it straight. Like, hey, listen, I fucking hate you. You're an idiot. You're my fucking little brother. Get your shit in order so we can go home.
Yeah, you can tell from this point that she's there to protect him from himself more than anything.
Correct.
That she gives a shit about him, but she's just so like, oh, you're so lucky I didn't have a penis when I was born. Like, but then again, she like even with that scene and everything, like the men that were there with her, you can tell she's the one that's.
Oh yeah, she is definitely in charge.
Mhm.
While he was playing with the Stark boys, she was learning to lead.
Yeah. So I mean, it's technically not really his fault, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If Theon had been put into a situation where he, had to like captain a troop of men, or he had to like command someone, develop some martial skills, he would be in a different spot. And I would argue that might have been Ned's plan. Like, send him back to the Ironborn one day, and now the Ironborn have a weak-willed putz of a leader who's got ties to the north.
It's a smart strategy. They wait for his dad to be on deathbed. He goes in there. He's now got someone who essentially he's going to control. So now Winterfell essentially has its own footing in the sea.
I understand the thought process, but I don't think Ned Stark would do this in the malicious way to send someone.
No, it's a political move
Right.
to strengthen his house.
Right. I get that, but just the way it was phrased, like to send someone who is weak to send someone who is weak. I'm like, I think
Okay.
he would have.
Sorry. I probably phrased it badly, but you get my point. Like, he was never given a chance to become a martial individual, so that when he does go back to the Ironborn, he can't lead the Ironborn against Westeros.
Correct.
Yeah, that was the way I was trying to.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Smart thinking. If not, if not, the next thing would have been marrying off one of the guys to Yara if she was in charge. sort of thing like that. It would have gone that route because that's
Yeah.
I mean, that's the common way that you take over. You either marry into it or you raise the castle to the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually, talking about marrying Yara, Ryan, do you mind if I do some self-promotion quickly?
Sure, go ahead. I don't.
I recently made a video about like an alternate timeline where what if Robb had killed Walder Frey when he first met him, and Yara getting married is mentioned in that. So if anyone's got interest in alternate history Westeros or my interpretation of that, I'd recommend giving it a watch. Just shameless plug there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, all your shit's in the description, so it's not really shameless plug. So you're good, man.
It feels a little bit shameless.
So we actually move forward to Jon Snow after he has been captured by the wildlings.
And we meet the Lord of Bones.
Yes, we do.
I wonder.
And now he wishes he did.
I wonder how he got that. I wonder how he got that name.
Oh, he has a throbbing penis. That's how.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably not in that cold weather. I don't know.
Got him.
But he's a bastard of Winterfell, Ned Stark's son. Mance will want him.
What does Mance want with a dead man's bastard?
I don't know. I think he'll want to decide for himself.
He runs. I'll chop his balls off.
He runs. I'll do it myself.
Ooh, ball chopping.
See you, Phil.
Oh, see you, Phil.
Jon Snow.
I think someone's got a little crushy crush.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She be smitten.
I mean, yeah, he's not a fucking animal like the rest of the men she's dealt with.
Well, okay. That line is just great right there. That line is just great. When he's talking to the half hand, I couldn't do it. I had the sword in my hand, but I just couldn't do it. If it was me, I would have just looked and been like, obviously.
Well, yeah, she's still alive. Like, she should not still be alive.
I mean, I would have asked which sword.
Oh,
See you,
wow.
Samuel.
All right, see you.
Yeah.
I got one thing I gotta go do. I'll be back ASAP. Yeah, no problem, man. You do you.
We found
Were
you.
you unable to use the sword for men, the sword for women, or could you not use neither?
All right. Yay,
Is she
love
beautiful?
love story.
Never met her.
What's her name?
Oh, it's a lovely
I don't know
bridge.
her first name.
Oh, and this is actually I've seen it. It starts off innocent enough. You can keep playing through. This is just explanation. This is
And
just
you're
a
marrying her for a bridge.
exposition dump a little bit. So this scene starts off very innocent, and it goes south real quick.
Only if I cross that bridge.
The bit with Catelyn?
Oh yeah.
When I speak to people from the north,
Yeah, I was just updating Twitter
They'll
real
love
quick,
her
so
father.
that's why I've been like doing.
Yeah, no
stuff.
worries, Ryan.
Well, I haven't met.
I can just tell you right now, if this had
Not
happened in one of my
so
CK3
yourself
games,
about that, believe me.
I would get the Kinslayer title over what Catelyn did.
It's like being a father.
Okay. So this is just another example.
Farmers
Oh
probably
shit!
use
It's been playing on screen the whole time. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, we need to pause.
Yeah, that might be bad. I'll check and see if we're still up.
No, we are still up.
How?
I don't know. That was my fault, but
Maybe Game of Thrones has finally gotten, chill.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, especially not this episode because this was the one that won all the awards.
Oh
Really?
yeah, it did. Just
Oh.
wanted to-
No, we are still up. So we're
I would
just
think
gonna
the
take
next episode got more.
Nijin.
No, I'm pretty sure this was the one. It got it for hair and makeup or something.
Yeah.
Or one of those ones.
Huh. I'm trying to think of a scene where they'd get that.
Okay. We'll continue with the audio and tiptoe quietly because that was a long stint.
Yeah,
And I didn't even catch it.
I am legitimately surprised the stream's still up.
It's still up.
to battle. He told me he woke with fear in the morning, went to bed with fear in the night. Didn't
now,
believe him.
now Rob Up says
Asked
something very that you can keep playing.
Okay.
Right, you're fine.
How can a man be brave if he's
He
afraid?
says something that
That is the only time a man
just
can be
is
brave, he told me.
a very has been his mindset the
That was a
entire
good mechanism.
entire time. Rob does not want to rule. He wants to go home.
Most lords worry
He-
more about their gold and their glory.
He
than
wants his
travel
men
traveling
to
their
be
lords.
able to
You
go
don't care
home.
much about gold, the
So
glory.
this is not about
Yes, I'm
conquest.
fighting
This
for
is
what
not
makes
about
sense me.
the Iron Throne. This is
I
about
want to go home.
justice and to
I
go
want the men
home.
following me to go home.
And why don't you?
Because
I mean,
whatever
it's a
the
little
fate
bit
of
of
the Lannisters is
conquest
defeated.
because they would need the Riverlands in order to have any chance of surviving future winners.
Well, at the same time, though,
Does it-
he
well,
wants
the-
to
well,
wants to
his-
avenge his father. He wants his sisters back.
Yeah.
And then ultimately
As-
he ends up finding about his brothers.
Yeah,
And
no, I
that is-
totally understand that the focus is vengeance, but like, it's also about bringing the Riverlands with him. Because if he doesn't,
They already have the Riverlands. They have the
right, they have the Tullys on their side, but it's like he's taking that title under him as King of the North. If it was not a war conquest, he wouldn't be bringing the Riverlands with him. But because he needs to bring the Riverlands if the North wants to not starve, it's definitely more focused on saving his sisters and avenging his father, with the
Right.
secondary of we're seceding and we really fucking need the Riverlands to not starve to death.
Mr. G, what do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's the whole reason that Tullys were even part of it. But I think there is a sense of conquest there, but not in the same sense of like, Aegon to try and bring everything
Correct.
together or anything like that, or to sit upon the Iron Throne. It's this broken sense of justice. That no, my father was a good man. He did the right thing. You guys killed him. He's have my sisters. I'm going to go get it back. And then, I mean, he never discussed what his plans were afterwards.
Mm-mm.
And there's definitely, you can't say that there wasn't a real form of conquest, especially when he's trying to go after like Casterly Rock. Like that was a big ego sort of push. That was going to be like, if I do this, they can't deny me this title anymore.
Gotcha.
And we get the wonderful news: the Kingslayer has escaped.
How? And we get to meet Lady Overstep.
Yeah. So we're still up. I'm gonna play probably 10 seconds of this and then leave it to the audio.
Make it
Tell me
8.
this isn't true.
That look right there.
Why?
I love Lord Karstark in this
You
scene.
betrayed me.
Robert.
No. You knew I would not allow it, and you did it anyway.
Mhm.
Bran and Rickon are captives in Winterfell. Sansa and Arya are captives in King's Landing. I have 5 children, and only one of them is free.
I lost one son, fighting by your son's side. I lost another to the Kingslayer, strangled with a chain. You commit treason because your children are prisoners. I would carve out my heart and offer it to the Father if he would let my sons wake from their graves and step into a prison cell.
I grieve for your sons, my
I
lord.
don't want your grief, I want my vengeance.
Okay, so Catelyn Stark.
Great line. Great line.
Yes.
I love. Yes.
Catelyn Stark is not thinking as a diplomat, a delegate, a general, or anything, or thinking about strategy. She is completely thinking as a mom. She's thinking with emotions.
Ryan left his camera on.
Women. Ugh.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And actually, because I was watching, because I thought this was episode 9 week, not episode 8 week, I was watching the Battle of the Blackwater, and not going to spoil that, but like one of Cersei's lines about like what's any different between me and Jaime. This right fucking here is the difference between you and Jaime. A woman,
Okay,
for
so-
good reasons, thinks about her children more than she thinks about surviving the world. A man thinks more about him and his family surviving over the well-being of those he's protecting. Rob would do anything. He would slaughter armies to get his sisters and his brothers back, but he can't. He needs to live in reality. Catelyn is able to step into, I want my daughters safe, and so she's willing to sacrifice the reality for a bit of hope.
And Mr. Grant, you commented on a line that Lord Karstark said. Please elaborate, sir.
Well, I mean, this shows his true character. Like, he's all about vengeance, especially with what happens to him later on in the series. And yeah, like you can see he's coming at he's coming at it from a father's emotional perspective, when normally the father's in this are very, very more stoic and everything like that. He's just like, no, we've followed your family. I sacrificed my family for yours, and now that yours is in danger, you want to do whatever the hell that you want. I don't give a shit about your grief. You owe me blood, and I'm going to get it. This is where right here, right now, he makes a decision. No matter what, I'm going to take whatever blood I can because I can't trust the family now that I've sworn flags to. And it's a good little bit of foreshadowing and everything with it as well. So,
Agreed. And yeah, you did it all behind my back. It's like if you're leading an army and your mother does that behind your back, you may love your mother, but it's like, you know what? You will be under watchful eye from now on because you have done something egregious.
As Rob says, keep under constant guard.
Yep.
Well, it's also a running theme within this episode about the females portraying the male counterparts, whether it's mother, son, captive, and everything like that. There's that running theme of we think we know better than you, so we've made this decision.
Yeah.
And I like how it's kind of juxtaposed with Theon and that, where he was the irrational one and she was the more strategic one. And even this dynamic here with these two as well. It's the exact same sort of thing. It's the emasculation episode, I like to call it. Well, technically not. There is another one that involves sausage, but
right. But Mr. Grant, I'm assuming you've read the books. Now, is this consistent with George's writing?
To a point, George is very. I'm not going to say he's very feminist with this sort of thing because he's extremely big on gender roles and certain things. But if there's a chance to empower a woman in a scene that he can do, he'll do it. But the thing of it is, these didn't all take place at the same time in the books. These are all scattered in different times. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I would argue George isn't very much.
You got to bounce.
He's not a modern feminist.
Go on, Shadow.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's not a What?
I said go.
Oh, he's not a modern feminist. He's a first or second wave feminist because you have strong women characters in his stuff, and you have women who are warriors in his stuff, but they're not like Captain Marvel or Ray Palpatine, girl boss dominant. They make sense.
She's a Skywalker. Thank you.
I look up to Julius Caesar. Doesn't mean my last name is fucking Caesar. As much as I want it to be.
Spoken like a typical Brutus.
Okay, so I have a question here. Now, Jamie, when he's goading Miss Tarth here, that he says, there's maybe
there's a lady.
Hello, Nomi.
Hi, how are you guys?
Howdy, Nomi.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Doing good. I was just helping a friend move to his new place, so
you are perfectly fine. Thank you for stopping by. We love having you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, I was gonna ask. Jamie says there's one of three swordsmen in the entire country that are better than him. One I'm assuming he's referring to is Barristan Selmy. Who do you think are the other two?
He might be referencing I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, he doesn't specify living. He might be referring to the dead, so he might be thinking Arthur Dayne and Daemon Targaryen as those are the only three people in the history of Westeros that could have taken me. That interpretation is a little bit sus because there are other people.
There are tons,
but it could also be a sign of his narcissism.
I think he probably means alive because when him and Ned were fighting, Jamie was thrown off guard. He was surprised at how good Ned was. And I think he actually liked that fight. Now, Ned in his older age, yes, would most likely would have lost. But Ned is a young man, the same age as Jamie. I think
well, that would have been Robert too. Then that would have been Robert.
Well, but Robert was
I think he's talking about living individuals. If you want my honest opinion.
So that'd be Selmy and who else? do you think might be?
Maybe Sander and Gregor, simply because they're bigger and stronger.
I was gonna say probably, yeah, maybe one of the Cleganes. Like,
Because
I would say
I can't think of anyone who could match him sword to sword unless we're taking into like
Maybe
superior
Loris.
strength.
Maybe Loris.
Not even Loris. Loris strikes me as like a jouster, not a swordsman.
if it was season 8, then clearly he'd be talking about Arya.
Right.
Don't get me started about season 8.
I still don't have a rim shot. Damn it! I've been failing.
When we get to Arya's like facelessman training, I'm gonna have so many words about that because it makes no freaking sense how she goes from scared little girl to master swordsman, master assassin, master baker, master disguiser, and
Master
all she ever
debater.
does is not drown in a river and clean corpses and do some bow staff training.
Yeah. Well, so if it was me, I'd think he's probably talking about Selmy. Like, to be honest. Yeah.
And who are the other two?
But then again, he's that old as well, so.
Gregor is a power hitter, but he's slow.
So is Sandor.
I would
They're
say
power hitters.
Sandor, but yeah,
Maybe he means Oberyn.
Sander's faster.
Maybe Oberyn.
Yeah, maybe he means Oberyn,
Maybe-
Sandor, and
Yeah, but he's not in Westeros though.
Yeah, he's not Westeros.
Yeah, he is.
Oberyn uses a spear. He doesn't use a sword.
Oberyn
A spear
uses
is-
literally everything and prefers a spear. Oberyn
I know.
went to
Nomi's face. She's like, leave it to the boys to argue over swords.
But it's okay. Like I was just like, I'm hearing the better argument on both of y'all's, but
Nomi, who would your 3 picks be on the best swordsman in
think-
Westeros at this time?
oh,
Not counting Jaime, because
oh, okay, good. Because I was gonna say Jon Snow, and late Brienne of Tarth, and third one, I don't know who'd my third one be.
Well, I mean, like the ones he could be referencing.
Oh, maybe Blackfish. Back when he was much younger.
Oh, yeah, the Blackfish.
Yeah,
The Blackfish.
Brendan.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe the Blackfish.
Yeah, Blackfish is actually pretty good.
I was thinking that are we talking about honorable or just swords in general?
The sword fighter. Just sword.
Yeah, sword fighter.
Who could take him?
That would
There's no honor with what Jamie
Jaime
says. He doesn't even remember his first kill. He doesn't give a shit. So I don't think it's about honor with him.
I would say Bronn would probably hold up well because he doesn't fight. He fights squirrely.
Right, but would Jamie know about Bronn?
Jamie hasn't met Bronn yet, though.
Oh, that's true.
No, yeah,
That's
gotta be
that's
people
very true. That's
Jamie
true.
has
That's
heard of.
very good point. That's true.
Yeah.
So, hey JV, how much longer do you have, man? I mean, if you got to bounce, dude, and maybe if you can come back in a little bit, I mean, it's up to you.
that's probably what I'll.
Okay, yeah.
I've got a little bit of time. I mean,
Okay, yeah, because
on my door yet, so
Finally get on the show just to bloody leave. Typical Joe. I tell you what, this guy.
Well,
I'm sorry. I keep you in suspense.
I kind of need him to come back for the outro because it doesn't work without him.
I can do it.
That doesn't. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
It's
What do
just,
you mean? I can do a great Samuel impression.
It's no.
It's not that.
Shadow.
There's an essence
Shush.
to it.
Shadow, shush, and stay in your lane, baby nuts.
It's not the same thing. Like
Stay in your lane, baby nuts.
I'm sorry. Monday night's outro is my absolute favorite because it's like boop and it hits and it's like. Anyway,
Yeah,
I might
it is
I might,
really
I might
good.
be
It's a
gaying
work of
out a
art.
little bit right now. Might be a little gay. That's all right.
I got
The guy with the name of Baby Nuts being gay? No.
No. I'm actually the one being gay.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
In
What
this
the fuck
case,
is Ashmark?
in this case, I like women, but I simp over men. That means you're gay.
It's just
I got
respect.
news for you. Yeah.
Okay. So back on top. We just got so off topic. So we have seen one of our favorite characters right here. This man
Great
is
scene again.
a gem.
It's amazing. Oh, Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
No, a king who runs will not
I
be
didn't.
king for
Okay.
long. He's a Lannister.
Okay. I love the Lannister names. You've got Tywin, Tyrion, Cersei, Kevin.
Uh-oh. Short spotlight. I hate Charles Dance.
Oh, yeah, they actually have a history. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Really?
Oh. didn't know that.
What?
Really?
Yeah. They've been on a couple of films together. So.
Whoa!
What?
I don't know how he is in real life. I just know he's a great actor. He could be a raging douche in real life. So.
Oh yeah, he's pretty hard. He's pretty hard to be around.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah. From what I've heard the same thing from more than one person. So yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
this was the
Wow.
role he was born to play.
So
Oh, yeah.
He does seem to play himself in a lot of roles.
So basically, what you're saying, Grant, is he's not acting.
No, I'm just saying that people see him in real life and really want to shoot him when he's on the toilet.
Real? Wow. Wow.
I would have a sister?
Huh?
Sorry, no, I'm just looking at like the Lannister names, and apparently Tywin had a sister.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talks.
He absorbed her when he was younger.
Shadow's talking to himself, not about the stream.
Yeah.
I thought it was muted. I'm
You're
sorry.
the dumbest cunt alive.
Don't call me.
Oh, sorry.
Dumb
That's
cunt is
that's
the only
me.
piece of-
There we go. Jeez. God, boomer.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's me. I'm a retard. It gets stuck on the for some reason the mount. Sometimes it gets stuck. Sorry to the ladies. It gets stuck.
Ew.
I can't.
Apologies,
fucking
no,
mind.
mate.
It's 2 days from the capital, and a wolf at my doorstep.
Scouts ashore as Rob Stark remains north of Ashmark.
The last time the scouts assured us of Stark's movement, he lured us into a trap. Which is why my son is his prisoner. Too close to Casterly Rock.
He sent a splinter force to recapture Winterfell. The Greyjoys have done us a great favor. Stark won't risk marching on Casterly Rock until he's at full force.
He's a boy and he's never lost a battle. He'll risk anything at any time. Because he doesn't know enough to be afraid.
Right.
Oh, I love that line.
Very. But Tywin, being the experienced commander, knows this because he's probably been in that spot.
Mm-hmm. Because he's never lost, and Rob's loss comes real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happens?
Oh, I have no idea. It's kind of like, hey, if you fuck around and find out with a certain lovely lady, like, good job.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I heard that Rob couldn't get appropriate clothing for the Red Wedding, but Walder Frey promised they'd make do.
Yeah,
Right.
they fucking.
And it's at the root of every problem, a woman.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a wedding.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
Wow.
Wow. No, Nomi, are you gonna take that?
We'll
You don't
just
have
see.
you don't have any you don't have any backup right now. Lily's
I
running
know.
late too, so I mean, but
Because
trust me.
that's how us girls do. We're always late to the party, and late is the new early to us. So yeah.
Yeah, like imagine if you had to wait for women to arrive to battle.
And again, most men's problems come when the women are late. You know what I mean?
Oh, good God.
Poor Nomi.
Welcome to Monday night.
I want to get you, JV. Don't worry about it. I just want your back.
Is this the sort of toxic masculinity I'm to expect if I'm going to be on?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We
Couldn't
were
let me know
fucking
earlier.
beings.
No, promises. Don't tease.
Except Tyler. Tyler's chill.
Mr. G's like, I disavow this channel. We're not affiliated with.
Yes.
I just want to make that known. Just
Oh, here's proof of how bad it's going for the Lannister army.
Yeah.
These two fuckers. They had to recruit a cutthroat and a rapist for their army because they're getting their asses handed to them by a child and a pupper.
Well, you know the landscape a little bit better. And they're Rob has actually employed some guerrilla tactics, which is smart.
Oh, of course he has.
So that is smart. Like when you're dealing with being outmatched, whether it's forces or intelligence, strike quick, strike fast. There's nothing wrong with that.
Also, it's one thing I think is like if Tywin had let the war get to winter, there was no way he would have fucking won. His armies would have been bogged down, camping, trying to survive, while the while the Northerners who are used to that shit just vibe. Oh, it's starting to snow. All right, guys, it's gonna be we're going home for the winter. It's just like home, guys. Lannisters dying of frostbite.
Yep.
And real quick, I want to highlight this because obviously
You need him.
He's helping me.
I saw him.
What? Jaqen.
How would I know?
I need him.
she's looking for Jaqen to help her because obviously they're marching on her brother to attack, so she's freaked out. But
Well, that's different in the books as well because that whole Jaqen and everything being there wasn't even a thing. He doesn't help her escape or anything like that. She does it all
Really?
herself. Yeah,
Really?
completely. Yeah. She meets him later on.
All right. Well, Shadow, any thoughts, fellow scholar?
Sorry, my brother needed my attention for something. What were you guys talking about?
We're that sounds different. She's looking for she's
looking for Jax.
Oh yeah, she's looking for Jaqen. Not too much, like I said, due to how it ends, the Faceless Man plot. I don't really like it. Like I thought it was cool at the first, but it's kind of like season 8 spoils the whole show. How they I just don't really have anything good to say about the Faceless Man plot, so I'm just not going to speak.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Nomi.
Apologies for the people who like that.
I can't remember this episode very well. I'll have to relive everything, especially if we're going to be talking about this. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really give much input because I can't remember. But I just do remember she was looking for Jax.
Okay, this is where things pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this scene so fucking much.
Are you okay? You need to rub it out.
Yeah. Yes. Wait one.
You need 5 minutes.
I'll be back.
Oh wow. Okay.
You should 5 minutes. What's he going to do with the other 4.5 minutes?
You're commander of the
Well, he is 19, so yeah, it's a good.
I don't think he needs 5 minutes. I think he just needs second.
It's 4 minutes worth of cleanup.
Oh God,
there's
I
that.
I have a joke, but I'm not gonna say it because it's bring me back. I didn't boot you. Did you boot yourself?
Yes.
Hey.
Did you not see that?
That
No,
was quick. Nice, respect.
He's like, oh.
Aw.
Yeah, basically. Oh, but I love this scene so freaking. It's so good at showcasing Tyrion and Bronn and Varys' characters, how they are as people. Bronn's over the top, confident cockiness. Varys' ability to just come into a room and just outwit everyone, and then Tyrion's pragmatic thinking. It's just such a fucking good scene. That doesn't involve any flashiness. It's just 3 dudes talking about
Makes it hard
books.
to move quietly.
True.
And the gold catches the light, so you're nice and easy to spot at night.
Well, you're not sneaking through alleyways any longer. You're supposed to stand out.
We had a deal, and wearing a gold cloak wasn't part of it.
Fine. No gold cloak. What? What? Why are you staring at me?
You don't want me cleaning my nails? You don't want me looking you away? Why am I here?
To help me plan the defense of King's Landing. Stennis will be here any day.
And one of these explains how to beat him.
An History of the Great Sieges of Westeros by Archmaster Cheveletham. Cheveletash.
Gvaltish.
Right there.
I'd swap all your books for a few good arch.
Look on his face. I love it. He's like, what?
You're a well-read sellsword?
Well, I mean, and that's
Not-
one reason that I like Bronn is that he's full of surprises.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he's
no, I with what Varys says in his opening lines, I think it's more of just Bronn's overt cockiness and confidence of I can say something wrong and come off so fucking confident I look right. And he's also competent in so many other ways, explaining why he doesn't dress himself in the gold cloak, explaining how he uses his equipment, showcases he's smarter than your average goat. So you would actually think, okay, he knows what he's saying here because he's got that air of confidence and cockiness all the fucking time. So good.
Oh, and I would just like to say, take this opportunity to say that last week's Game of Thrones review was actually the most watched one. We did such a good job that HBO didn't block it, and it gathered a shitload of views. So that's great. So we need to,
Awesome.
yeah. So we need to, yeah. No, it did really good. Because usually HBO is like all up on my nuts by the next day, like literally like 10 hours after the fact, they're like blocked, and I'm like, for what? They're like, a minute of your stream.
It's in the top 10 of your streams. It's the top 10 most watched stream, and it's like the newest one out of that list.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I was kind of surprising. So I was
That's insane.
But here comes Varys.
My Lord Hand, Martha, I must compliment you on the Gold Cloak's performance these last few weeks. Did you know there has been a marked drop in thievery?
I did not know. And how did you accomplish this marked drop in thievery?
Me and the lads rounded up all the known thieves.
For questioning?
No. It's just the unknown thieves we need to worry
Varys'
about now.
face when he says that no
We
is
talked about it.
amazing.
Have you ever been in a city under siege? Maybe this part's not in your books. See, it's not the fighting that kills most people, it's the starving. Food's worth more than gold. Noble ladies sell their diamonds for a sack of potatoes. Things get bad enough. The poor start eating each other. The thieves, they love a siege. Soon as the gates are sealed, they...
Oh, and just Tyler's usually on the panel, but obviously, he's got some stuff he's got to do. So just stop by to say hi and boo Shadow. Yes,
yeah, fuck that Shadow guy.
Always boo Shadow.
Yep.
He shouldn't talk at all.
I know.
I mean, we can fix that. now he's perma silent.
Now we'll never hear that
turn it off.
voice.
Not anymore, fucker. I'm just kidding. No. Shadow actually, he is actually a very intelligent kid. He does his reading research, and that's why we like him. So,
he's a well-read sellsword. Yes, I agree.
He is a well-read sellsword. He wishes he had the sellsword.
I'm actually currently reading about the restructuring of Rome from a republic to an empire. Rome's Revolution. Really good fucking book. I highly recommend it.
You know what's great? Just for the record, and I'm being dead serious. A young man that reads history books. Isn't that's a great thing in today's America?
I know.
It's a great thing in today's America. Instead of like all the weirdo kids, like the 13-year-olds like, if you don't like Disney's new movie, you're a Nazi.
No.
Anyway.
Oh, no. Okay, so you've seen my tweet about Little Mermaid. Fair enough.
Well, Ryan, see, here's my thing. I know no one else is reading history, so if I just take history, add dragons, and then turn it into a book and sell that book, people will think it's original, and I'll make a fuck ton of money. Or for George R.R. Martin.
You could do what J.K. Rowling did and create a bunch of wizards with magic, and people could call you transphobic.
I'm not a fucking hack.
Oh.
Yeah, he just wants Julius Caesar to fight a dragon. What's unhistorical about that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
And
nothing historical.
Julius Caesar was not murdered in the halls of Rome. That's a lie. He was actually killed by a Mesopotamian dragon when he was trying to conquer the East.
They steal all the food.
Got killed
By
by
the time it's all over,
Mushu.
they're the richest men in town.
Given the circumstances, my lord, I believe extreme measures are warranted. Ah, the great sieges of Westeros. Thrilling subject. Shame Archmaester Cheviothan wasn't a better writer.
Stannis knows King's Landing. He knows where the walls are strongest, and he knows which gates are weakest. Mudgate. Good ram will batter it down in minutes, and it's only 50 yards from the water. That's where he'll land.
And if Stannis does attack the Mudgate, what is our plan?
We could throw books at his men.
We don't have that many books.
We don't have that many men either.
What do we have?
Pig shit.
That'll work.
And let's have everybody discuss. Obviously, JV is still out, so we are going to go with our guest, Mr. Grant Gregory, first, then Nomi, and then Shadow. So give me 5 seconds. The kitten's meowing. I don't know.
No worries.
Kitty.
So, Mr. Grant,
What's your take?
On what they're going to do.
On the scene in general.
I think it's a great scene, based purely and simply on the fact that it's a constant shifting power dynamic. It's all about who has the most knowledge in here. But when it comes to anything that's going down, Bronn has that ace up his sleeve where he knows that he can be the one that can save anyone, if not then himself. I could not remember this scene about him with cutting off all the thieves' hands or killing them. So that's added a new dynamic to it. But yeah, no, I don't know. There's something about these three that I think we miss in later seasons. Just there's a really interesting dynamic between all of them because they're all on equal footing. Yet each of them are individually smarter and stronger in another aspect outside of it. So yeah, as I said, shifting power of dynamics.
All right, Nomi.
I don't know if you heard me saying this earlier. I can't remember this episode very well.
No worries.
But yeah, it's like what Mr. Grant Gregory said, is that it's who has the biggest brain, the strongest wit, and like the strongest the basically all the knowledge. And I think it's just kind of like what they're trying to do is just be a one up on each other. But it looks like, I don't know. That's just my take on that.
Yeah, I really agree. You've got three different men. You've got someone who has spent his life reading books and learning to understand people. You've got someone who has lived his whole life. Actually, I'd argue two men who have lived their whole lives trying to understand people on the streets to survive. One learning to kill and one learning to understand people, gathering information and learning.
Yeah.
And it's also a really good scene showcasing Tyrion's ability to know people. He knows Stannis is a very intelligent, martially minded man. He knows that Stannis would be thinking the most effective way to take the city down. Mm-hmm. So he knows where Stannis is going to strike because he knows Stannis. Know your enemy and you have no fear of 100 battles.
Yep.
All right. So moving on, we actually come to we come to these gentlemen after the attack. We got the hell's his name? Sam. It's Sam.
Yeah.
No, you're good, dude. Sorry, I had like a brain lapse.
Every fat sidekick is called Sam. We know this.
I wish Samuel the Infamous was still in the chat. Yeah. So Sam, and of course we actually see.
The first men made these, Mark.
And obviously Sam has been studying the scrolls. He's been studying the books. He is a maester.
Scholar. Yeah, maester.
He is training to be a maester. So yes.
I mean, even before that, it was mentioned he preferred to sneak off to the library and read than to hunt or to learn to use a sword or lance.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah, like honestly, had he been the younger brother, and by the way, a failing of season 8, they forget that he's the eldest brother. Had he not been the older brother, imagine how dangerous House Tarly would have been. Because you've got like his brother, we all see him in like season 6 or season 7, this big heavyset guy that could have been one of the Clegane brothers, and then Sam's mind behind that weapon as like a guidance system to that missile. House Tarly would have been horrifying.
Bunch of nerds. Oh my god! I mean, I got. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
That video is still rocketing. By the way, the one I made about Gavin McInnes.
That's good.
What a loser. But yeah.
Oh really? I didn't get that vibe from your video. I thought you quite liked him.
He's one of my favorite people. I would love to meet him someday and his lovely handlebar mustache.
Help me with it.
I still don't know who you're talking about, and I don't want to.
Did you watch the video?
It's actually one of the few of your recent videos I haven't watched. Just to, I just don't.
You watch most. He's like,
I just don't give a fuck about the guy, honestly.
He's an idiot political commentator. You're not missing much.
Yeah, that's why I don't give a fuck.
Sorry,
Find something you're not supposed to. Best thing to do is pretend you've never seen it. That's a Night's Watch cloak. It's been here a long time. Must be dragon glass. Dragon glass? The maesters call it obsidian.
It's like when you're playing that, like MMORPG, and you just happen to come across a weapon stash. It's the closest thing. It's just like, this is exactly what we're going to need, but not now.
Yeah,
it's a surprise tool to help us later.
Yeah, you must be a season 7 or 6 or above to use. It's like their leveling system.
Miska, Muska, Mickey Mouse.
Sorry, I was just informed earlier that I was wrong about him. He was actually there, and Arya named him the third victim, so he would help later on.
Oh, was he in the books?
I thought he wasn't there. Okay, so yeah, I was.
The difference between this place and the books is Tywin was not here. It was I think it was Clegane, and then Clegane left, and then it was Roose Bolton who was here. But they mostly focused on a group called the Bloody Mummers, like a local, Westerosi mercenary band that were. Let's just say Theon would have fit in well with them.
Theon's a puck, so
not Theon. Sorry, Ramsay.
Oh, okay, yeah, Ramsay.
My boy Ramsay.
Give me some skin.
That wasn't from.
What was that?
I said, give me some skin.
just the sausage.
It was so weird seeing him in that role, because I've seen him on Misfits, and he was such a timid, like shy guy, and everything else that I'd seen him in, he was always like the butt of the joke and everything. And then as soon as he came in, and then that scene with the sausage, my God, I'm just like, dude, who the hell are you? It blew my mind. I mean, we're not there yet, but yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it really blew my mind that someone in the medieval period could be such a bro to give a guy a job, to help him stop being such a horn dog, and to give him good life lessons about not being a piece of shit.
Give a guy a job? What kind of job?
Yeah, he employed him. He gainfully employed him.
Yeah, I don't think that's the kind of job you're talking about there, Shadow.
It was gainful employment.
This is no joking thing.
I'm not joking. Man can go kill himself.
Unname me,
No.
please.
I'll unname you.
Thank you.
If you help me and my friends escape.
This would require more than one life. This is not part of our bargain.
Fine. Jack and Hagar.
Shadow. Larry has a comment.
Someone's calling me. Give me a sec.
Nobody's calling you. We're too.
They're probably. You know what? I don't even know if he has a car now, but I'm pretty sure it's like not a girl calling him. But
oh wow, wow, he's okay. He'll be all right.
Yeah,
I was sick of burning the Dracarys. Jesus.
And the awesome thing about it, he can't even hear it. He probably didn't even hear it.
The kid wants to go into the military, so you know what? Yeah, he needs to get used to it. So
he needs to learn how to get burned.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job every once in a while. Geez, Larry, that's right, Nomi. Do again, girlfriend. Girl.
Alex, honor. If I do this thing, the girl must obey.
A girl will obey.
You're good, trust me.
Did you just assume her pronouns? Oh my God.
Okay.
What scene is this?
I don't know. What is it? Were you too busy on the phone? Did your mom call?
Actually, yeah, it was my mom. She was calling me to shut the fuck up and turn my voice down.
Did she really?
Not in those words, but yeah, I've got a loud, bassy voice.
Yeah.
Oh, is it spring break?
Yes, I've mentioned that so many times. That's why my face cam isn't on.
Okay, well, you know what? Sometimes adults have jobs. So
Yep.
Fucker. I forgot, Shadow. I'm sorry.
Look,
you
didn't
update your PDF of your schedule.
If you're contracting early dementia, let me know, man. I'll get you a schedule.
Oh, little boy.
A nice little whiteboard.
That's called mildly retarded. What are you talking about?
You and Verisbo?
I'm mildly retarded.
Excellent lamprey pie. Were you slaving away in the kitchen all day?
Ha!
I hear Joffrey plans on fighting.
An inspiration for the troops. The young king in his shining armor, fighting to defend the capital against the wicked old rebel.
He's only a boy.
Younger boys are off fighting his war.
He's not ready.
What is he, 17? Remember Jamie at 17?
Better than you. Some men have a gift for this sort of thing. Some don't. His place is not on the battlefield.
It's not on the throne either. Sadly for all of us.
Like that's just the most underhanded back. Like, oh, he's not meant to be on the throne either. It's just like yeah, because he's not legit. Like even he knows it there and throws it back at her. Like I love their dynamic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's also the fact that Joffrey is just an immature little shit who's never been told no his entire life, except for Robert. Robert was the only person who reined him in.
That boy, like, is a fucking menace.
You know, I'll say one thing about him. At least he wasn't rooting his sister. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, he was a child of sibling smashing, so I guess you know, he doesn't seem to have any desire at all other than to be malicious.
No, he does have a desire. He likes hurting people.
He likes hurting people, but we don't know that it's a sexual gratification. We also don't know like he's 17 years old, and
I think it might be just because like the two examples we've had of him really getting into it are Sansa in the throne room and then the two whores. And in both cases, it involves, well, with the whores, they were already undressed. But with Sansa, he has Sir Meryn tear her clothes off, exposing her nudity. Yeah, that's like to embarrass her in front of people. But you could also argue it's him feeling good in a very fucked, malicious way. And he still has an attraction to women. He just can't express it in a normal way, if that makes sense.
I guess, but I don't. Yeah, I see him using sex as a weapon more than using the pain as a desire for, you know, sexual relief or anything. It's the torture. I mean, he doesn't take after Uncle Dad and wants to bang everyone in his family. So, he just wants to hurt everyone.
Yeah.
It just seems like that's what gets him off, and not even actually maybe gets him off, like because you don't even see that actual aspect of like, so we can actually take you know, from House of the Dragon and you know, where with Alicent, you know, using her feet to get what she wants with Loras, and you know, it's just like he doesn't want to sleep with her, he just wants to see her feet so he can touch himself, and Joffrey doesn't even seem to have that kind of a it's just weird. I think that kid is like so fucked up, it's not even funny.
You know, something I would absolutely love is for George to write, like, go back and rewrite some. I know we need him to finish the 2 books.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get him to finish the books first before we get him to
go back and write a chapter or 2 of like scenes that we have seen throughout the show and the books from the perspective of Joffrey. I would absolutely love to see how he views the world and then quantify it. Like, it's probably child likes hurting things because there's like mention either in the show or the books that he wanted to see how kittens are made, so he cut open a pregnant cat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Cat, dog, one of the two. I might be getting Peter from Ender's Game mixed up. I'm not even gonna grace that with a response, Larry. But yeah, just because like he's such a horrible person, I would like to understand what is like making him do these things and what is his rationalization, because very few people look at themselves as the villains of the story. So how does he rationalize I'm the hero from the actions I do?
He's burdened with the great purpose, essentially. Like, you know, that's his way of release, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe he's insecure and views himself from like a lens of I'm pathetic, I'm weak, I'm not my father, and to make up for that, he makes everyone else feel weak and small because he can never live up to the demon of the Ruby Ford. Or maybe it's neither of those and it's something else. It would be so fucking interesting to read.
No, you're good, dude. I would probably say personally, I think it's more the fact that he suffers the same kind of dementia that the Mad King did, thinking that everybody is out to get him, even his own mother, because if she disagrees with him, and he has threatened her in the show.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she seemed to be one of the only things that could wrangle him up once he was king, and even his, you know, Tyrion, his uncle, you know, but eventually the dementia gets. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
JV's back.
Did you do the
Yes.
things that you had to do?
It's kind of getting worked on right now. We get a Band-Aid on the windows. About a month ago, someone was trying to shoot pigeons from their backyard with a BB gun and took out one of the windows.
Oh, that
Oh.
fucking sucks.
So
Bummer.
how the fuck is that your fault that you have to repair it?
Key's window.
Because there's no way to prove who there's no way to prove where the shot came from.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's some shady.
Well,
but I won't look.
I'm not paying for it, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
JV, look, I get you New Vegas types do things differently, but I can't believe you people.
Did you say you New Vegas types?
Yeah.
You making a Fallout reference?
Fuck, I meant Las Vegas. I've got to stop getting the.
I'm okay with the New Vegas references. So
Great. Now I feel like a Nuka Cola. Thanks.
I meant Las Vegas, and my brain.
Dude,
Time him out.
All right. So how's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay?
Doing good.
So
Nice
right now the scene we're on was with Cersei and Tyrion. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I again, these little, and I'll say this again, and I've said it numerous times. George does amazing at writing dialogue, and just the dialogue between certain characters, like the line in this scene where Cersei goes, his place is not on the battlefield, and Tyrion says it's not on the throne either, and it's like,
yeah. We were just discussing the fact that like I took it a completely different way to how everyone else took it, because there's a lot of layers to that, and I enjoy these sort of things more so than I do, you know, the big battle in the next episode.
Yeah, the spectacle.
Yeah.
This is a lot. This is a lot more of the substance. This is just really good.
I like this line right here where he says instead of hiding behind his mother's skirt. That is like, wow. That's
well, he's basically he's calling her out, basically just saying, you're not in charge. You are not ruling. This is what the king needs to do. The king needs to be seen with his men in battle to inspire the troops.
Mm-hmm.
And she's again thinking like a mom. She's thinking she's a helicopter mom.
Yes.
Any dessert?
Do you know why Varys is so dangerous?
Because he has thousands of spies in his employ. Because he knows everything we do before we do it.
Because he doesn't have a cock.
I do.
You, on the other hand, are as big a fool as every other man. That little worm between your legs does half your thinking.
It's not that little. Why are you smiling?
Because I'm happy.
Why are you happy?
Yeah, because Tyrion knows.
You little whore.
Because Tyrion knows his sister. If she is smiling, bad that shit has gone
Tell
down.
me, have you got this one yet? No? Good. Father will be so pleased.
Why do you care who I fuck?
Because the Lannister always pays her debts. You stole my only daughter. You plot to have Joffrey killed.
This is madness. Stennis will be here in days. You need me.
For what? Your skill in battle? Pretty thing, little whore. Lovely body. The bruises will heal in time.
Where did you find her?
Varys isn't the only one who hears whispers. Really, a Lannister lion necklace.
And Tyrion's doing a very good job at doing what Cersei can't do: hide his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is because right now Tyrion is thinking of Shay, and if this is Shay, this is vulnerable. But Tyrion's doing very well to just be, oh, whatever, don't care, blah blah. When inside he is freaking out.
Well, also he could be like, okay, she's bluffing. Like, she knows my past. She knows I like whoring. Maybe she's trying to get to me. And he's just like, okay, and like trying to see if she actually has something. She has something. It's just not the right person.
But Tyrion's also defied his father.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. That's the big one right there.
And Cersei is stupid enough to go, Daddy, look at what Tyrion did, ignoring what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she looks familiar.
Hi, Roz.
Oh, wait, that is Roz?
Yeah,
that is Roz.
She looks familiar. It's almost like she's been around since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
And Tyrion plays this off very, very well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nomi, Mr. Grant, any thoughts?
Mr. Grant has stepped out for a second.
Yeah.
So Nomi.
Oh, he did?
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, he has like a really good poker face because something I know throughout the whole series is that Tyrion, obviously because he's like a gimp and not a gimp, but an imp.
Wow, that's another show there.
Sorry, but he was always trying to like prove to his siblings, like, yeah, I'm better than you guys, or yeah, I can always get ahead of you. And here, his sister, like, yeah, like you're a whore and everything. Her bruises were healed and everything, and he's like doing his best to like really not lose it, and like I don't know. He's like I said, he's doing a good poker face for her not to get like really killed or worse.
Well, also, I can imagine it's like, okay, bitch, we have Stannis right. We can see him coming from the ramparts, and you're playing fuck games with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how his sister's always been.
Yeah.
Because she's a total birch.
Yeah, she's like
she's a brat.
She thinks she's smarter than she is, and she acts based on her emotions and her feelings rather than the logic that she needs to be acting on.
Yeah, she's like she's always had this bratty attitude, and then it just follows her to like adulthood. Like, I'm going to do it because I want to.
Yeah, she's never had to face consequences for her actions.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the main difference between Cersei and Catelyn. Cersei is a brat, is an absolute brat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whereas Catelyn is a Karen.
Kind of a Karen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely a Karen. Yeah, no, I agree 1000%. Cersei is a spoiled bint to where Catelyn is a Karen that has to insert her she has to insert her opinion because she feels like it needs to be there. So it's a difference between one person being kind of sociopathic and the other person being like overly confident in their ego. Neither one is good, I guess, is the way I would interpret it. Now, I'm not saying you guys would, but that's just me personally.
I can see that, but and the fact that they're both helicopter moms.
Oh, wow, yes.
Yeah.
Jesus. Hey, don't fucking helicopter parent your kids, and that goes for dads and moms.
Yeah.
Like in Catelyn's defense, like she's still like this is only a couple of months after her son was permanently crippled. So and her daughters immediately afterwards were taken prisoner. At least she gets the excuse of I am literally watching my kids get captive or break or like be broken permanently. Cersei doesn't get that excuse.
Well,
she does because
well, she kind of does because just not a week has passed and her daughter's been sent to Dorne, a house that hates them.
Yep,
right. But she's always acted like this. Whereas, yeah, But I mean that's fair. She's getting more erratic after Marcelo was sent away. I guess you're right.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Both moms have suffered in a sense. So yeah, I think that's agreeable. Well, it's kind of like, and I know Shadow, you're not a Targaryen fan, but Rhaenyra, after her son is killed by the look on her face, and it's like she goes to war over that.
Kill them
like,
all. Kill them all.
Why would
Kill
you
them
not?
all?
I mean, I think any parent sitting here, like even Damon's like, I'm not going to stop her. He's like going, you fucking killed a member of my family, whether they're his kids or not. He was picking up the stepdad role with a fucking champion.
Yeah, it's like when I'm blanking on his name, Aemon, when Aemon's eye was cut out and Alicent wanted payback. It's the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your kid gets hurt, you want to deal with that, and it's justified.
Yep. All right. So as much as I love House of the Dragon, we got to get back to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we got to keep going. We're already like
we're not there yet. We'll get there.
Don't forget me.
Never.
Well played. Well played on both parts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tyrion's not acting here when he talks to her.
No.
I will hurt you for this.
Mm-hmm.
The day will come when you think you're safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth. And you will know the debt is paid.
And then as soon as he's out of range, yep, he is hightailing it.
Yeah, I wanted to show this part.
I've been waiting all night. What is wrong?
You're beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't blame the man for loving.
Then why do you look sad?
Well, I mean, you can.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to chastise somebody for falling in love with, I don't know, maybe the wrong person, or I guess in this sense, somebody below your station. I don't know. I mean, who am I to judge? my last.
I've been divorced. I have been divorced twice, so I'm obviously not an expert in this.
Hey, I'm not an expert either. My ex-girlfriend, she got out of one marriage, dated me after some weirdo, and we were together for like a year, and then we broke up, and then like she married a guy like a year and a half after that. So it's like, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
And that was a friend of a friend.
Ooh, even worse.
And I have absolutely no experience.
Don't be afraid.
Shocking.
That's okay. You hold on to that as long as possible. And wrap that shit when you do. You don't want none of them crazy bitches come and be like going, I'm pregnant, Shadow.
Yes, that is exactly why I'm avoiding this shit.
Exactly. Rub it out in a sock.
I can take care of myself.
There are people who want to hurt me.
Wow, I picked a great time to come back here and rub it into a sock.
Yes.
Oh, Grant, you're
Welcome to
awesome.
Legion Talk, Mr. Grant Gregory.
Oh, I think he knew. Come on now.
Luke Castley didn't about Abyssal Musings.
Well, I mean, he
Okay, and Mr. Grant is a producer for multiple channels. So this is probably not the first time he's heard this type of conversation.
No, this is I am shocked and appalled. Both, not just one, but both.
And you are all racist.
Yes, bestow my poor little innocent heart.
Ladies, don't forget, sometimes it's good to spit. Oh, shit. Good God.
Howdy, Muggsy. How are you doing here?
From Canada.
Muggsy. That's
From Canada
wonderful.
comes. I thought Americans were bad. Jesus, these Canadians.
No, she's Romanian.
But yeah, she lives in Canada, though.
Yeah, Romanian by Canada. Or Canada by Romania.
Stop
These
talking.
Europeans, man.
These
Rome-Cadian,
fucking
then.
foreigners, man.
He's like, she's like, I'm good. I'm not sure if Ryan still swallows, though.
Based on that one image, I'm gonna go with no. Hey, Samuel, how you doing?
Hi, Samuel. Well, hold on. You guys.
It doesn't matter whether you spit or swallow. You just shouldn't be gargling first.
Hold on.
There you go. Oh, there we go. Clip that.
Oh, why would I not do that to be a clip?
Let's get
show.
And let's get back to the show.
Your faces. I will.
I care, Larry.
I would kill for you. Do you know that? I expect I'll have to before this is over.
Sorry.
It's so funny. If you just remove the word "for," he's correct.
I'm yours.
Promise me.
I'm a treasure.
Kohai.
I'm yours.
Kohai. I can make yes.
I say her name and she arrives.
She's like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
I was thinking Bloody Mary.
We've sent a dozen ravens. None have returned. My bastard is only a few days from Winterfell.
Don't trust the Boltons. Don't trust the Boltons.
Oh, why?
You don't trust the Boltons.
They're loyal servants.
They're really good at sending regards, I hear.
Yeah.
Right.
And they obey all of the laws of the North. Like the no flying.
They didn't really delve a lot into like his history and everything. It's quite fascinating how he came into power and everything.
Yeah. I'm also kind of sad they didn't showcase the fact he bathes and leeches.
Yeah. And also his wife was too big to show on TV. She was like the largest woman in the entire land. She was like a literal land whale. And that's why he picked her.
Well, yeah, because he promised, because it was one of the Frey dogs. It was one of the Frey girls, and Walter Frey said, whichever wife you pick, I will give you her weight in gold. Okay, so pick the heaviest one.
I think it was silver.
Oh, some gold or silver or something. But to give a cash amount in her weight. So it's like, oh wow.
Yeah. Also, wait, Mr. Grant Gregory, before we continue, what are your thoughts on the ruse Bolton, like RUSE theory?
Which one is that?
It's the idea that he is like some sort of north of the wall creature that effectively harvests the Bolton family, like wears their skin every generation or so.
I'd like to think it's true because I think it makes the stories. I watched a 7-hour video recently and all the iceberg theories of Game of Thrones, and yeah, it made the series a lot more fun. Continuity went out the window, but it was a lot more fun. So anytime that there's one of those weird ones, especially that delves with like the more magical and mystical side of things, I'd like to think it's true because you can just go, well, because of magic.
Yeah. I really hope it's true because I could just imagine how fucking horrifying it would be for Ramsay to like try to kill his father and then just see him pull off the skin and reveal what he is, and then skin Ramsay and then wear his face as his own new face.
There's no reason why something like that couldn't exist within the book realms, because I mean, look at what they did with oh my god, I forgot his freaking name, Greyjoy.
Euron.
Yeah, like how different he is in comparison to the book. Like,
aside from maybe like the magic system not really working for it entirely, like you got the Faceless Men, but that's like a god technically doing that. Yeah. Possibly not. I think it would be amazing. I think we should stop talking about this, otherwise Ryan's going to ban me. So
no, I'm not going to ban you. I think this is actually great conversation.
I'm sure it's great too. But it's just we have another bull. We have another Bolton fan on here. Next he'll be a Stannis simp too. Dear God,
Stannis is the man.
Stannis the fucking menace.
Dude, like he's so good in the books. He was like, oh man, like
true king of Westeros.
100%.
I love the disruption of the status quo. This is great.
Friend,
I fucking hate
I'm fighting a war, and I don't know if I should march south or north.
Sorry, it was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's a very lovely bridge.
You're being kind. I have no
Yeah,
rights.
very right. You're a king.
That's not the kind of king I want to be.
What kind do you want to be?
I don't know.
The kind that
She is
beheads his own men.
He is all over his
Samael.
fucking dick.
Princes, they
Samael.
I was preparing for the crown. I was raised to be Lord of Winterfell.
Everything.
I was raised to be a proper little lady, to play the harp and dance the latest steps and recite Valyrian poetry.
I'd like to hear you play the harp.
No,
She
no, you
was
would not.
raised to be very proper little lady.
How did you go from reciting Valyrian poetry to
This is a tough little story here.
Nomi, were you raised to be a proper little lady?
I was.
And are you still?
I'm still a delicate little flower lady. Yes.
Do you play the harp?
No, I don't even know what that means.
No, it's an actual harp.
Playing the harp.
Okay.
It's not
It's not a metaphor for anything.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
the
know.
instruments you pick, well, the
I
instruments
mean-
you pick
I
the
mean-
one that's very
I mean-
finger heavy. That's what I'm just saying. So
I
you
don't
can get
play
why
the
they can
harp.
be euphemisms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one was actually not a euphemism, but now it is.
I mean, to be fair,
It is now.
This stream.
She's at home stringing a harp again.
I don't think she plays the harp well. I think
I'm
this. I think.
My
I think.
mother and father went to a wedding,
I think Talise is more into playing the flute. I'm just
and they
saying.
left me with my little brother. The second
Bar
afternoon
fight
we
in
were gone
Dallas.
was the hottest.
I
day
have no
in
idea
the
what the
3-year
fuck
summer.
Larry's
We
talking
couldn't
about.
bear to be inside, so we ran down to the Royne.
Larry, are you drunk?
Every child in Volantis was in the Royne that day. The rich, the poor, we were all there, naked, screaming, racing to the little islands. Drummers were playing for coppers in the East Bank.
God, I fucking miss this dialogue.
treading
Like,
water.
just how it's
Talking
constructed.
to a
Like,
friend,
Right.
when I realized I hadn't seen my brother.
I know it actually has heart
I
to
called
it.
his name. And then I started screaming his name.
his name is Jeff.
And then I saw him floating face down. And my heart just stopped. I dragged him from the water. My friend helped me, I think. I don't even remember. He was so little. And we pulled him onto the riverbank. And I screamed at him. And I shook him. And he was dead.
Oh, so it was your fault.
Yeah. It's your fault.
I mean,
Man,
it's his fault for not being Ironborn. He would have been right.
Yeah.
Or if you want to relegate it to Rings of Power, the sea is always right.
Mhm.
Or it could have been my fault.
I
I'm a
still
lifeguard
don't
if I
get
wasn't
that
there.
reference in it.
I didn't get it either. It was just stupid. The sea is always right.
I mean, I understood the immense detail of difference between a boat and a rock. I mean, that was brilliant. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
Sinks into the darkness while a boat floats on the water. Does that have any sort of actual philosophical meanings, or did you just ask
No.
an AI to make
For
something?
stupid
I
people,
think
it does.
yeah, but ships sink to the bottom of the ocean and rocks can be skimmed across water. Like,
Right.
Like the way I would have if I were the one writing that scene, I would have phrased it something like a rock is dense. Its form is improperly weighted. It is unbalanced, and it sinks into the darkness for it to not handle it. Whereas a boat is built to be balanced and ride across the waves. That's still dog shit, but it's better. Poor JV.
I'm just sorry. I was just bored to death by that diatribe.
see, what I would have said, I have a perfect solution. What's the difference between a boat and a rock? It's like, well, I haven't bashed someone's head in with a boat.
Oh,
And he pushed
poor
me under the
JV.
boat. You have to understand, for a slave to push a highborn girl, that's death for the man. A terrible.
Muggsy.
Wow. Well,
Started
yeah.
pressing.
We
on my
love
brother's
Muggsykins.
chest. Again.
She's a beautiful
And
soul.
again. And again.
She's
Until
got
my
a
brother
beautiful soul.
spat out half of the Royd and cried out, and the man cradled his head and told him to be calm.
And then got killed. All right. Good job.
I decided two things that day. I would not waste my years planning dances and masquerades with the other noble ladies.
2, I'd learn to swim.
When I came of age, I would never live in a slave city again.
Wow. And 3, I would learn CPR.
Mm-hmm.
They have CPR.
Well, you invented it, essentially.
Well, they just did. Well, they just explained half of CPR right there. He took the boy and did chest compressions.
She said she yelled at him. Did she yell in his mouth? Maybe that's where the air got into the mouth.
Well, shit. I did watch the episode, but I was watching the live stream to make sure it didn't get taken down. Oh, yay! CPR
and your problems, and I blathered
I
on.
don't want to marry the Frey girl.
No.
I don't want you to marry her. But you needed that bridge. I hope it's a very beautiful bridge.
I can't
Brown
show
chicken,
this,
brown chicken.
Yeah.
I know it's
Yeah,
booty,
Shadow
booty,
comes- Shadow
brown,
comes
booty,
in.
booty,
brown,
booty, booty,
brown.
booty. I know, and then and Shadow's gentle eyes. He may have to.
I mean, I
he may
actually
have
skip a lot of these scenes just because they don't really
Oh.
add much substance to the show. They're literally just there for the common viewer, and not someone like me who focuses on weapons and castle.
Yeah, the more man on man action. I'm with you. I get you.
And then, well, that, and if Shadow did watch those scenes, he would run out of socks.
Yep.
He's like, Ma, I'm out of gym socks. She's like, the last 5 batches were crusty.
Shadow,
Great top guy.
Shadow, it's time for dinner. I'm coming, Mom. I'm coming.
Oh, you had to do the sound though, didn't you, Joke? Jesus.
Yeah.
I heard the wetness in it.
This got gay.
Yes, it did. Incredibly.
Trust him. You trusted him to fight with
Leave it to JV to make things gay.
Go back to the kitchen.
Shut up. Stay here if you're afraid.
At least I've had sex.
Yeah, we know, Mud Baby.
Wow.
Okay, Lefty.
Wow.
I'm not even left-handed. What the fuck does that mean?
You're offhand. Do what you use, pal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in the books, this is different. What happens is she sneaks up and stabs one of the guards. There's only one guard on duty, and she stabs him in the back, and then makes her escape that way.
Maybe that's all about the man on man action. All over his hands. Kohai says, Jesus fuck. Well, trust me.
It's not so much his man on man action. Just consider it helping a bro out.
Right.
Hey,
It's not gay if it's the homies or a prison cell.
And they say no homo after it.
Yeah, no, you have to say no homo beforehand. No homo.
You also
dude,
need to
but
be wearing socks.
no homo, but I'll help you out, man.
Yeah, if you say, or you can say it afterwards, as long as it's within a 1 to 2 year period. Afterwards, you can say it and still get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you're in prison, it's not gay; it's prison sex.
Well, I mean, you got to have a prison husband, otherwise you won't survive.
That prison slobber pocket.
It's called a briefcase.
Away! Reset!
Oh, it's your favorite. Oh, Stannis the Manus. Oh,
So you're saying Renly, Joffrey, or Balon would have been better kings?
I'd say Daenerys is the true ruler, so just step up.
Her tax policy would have been horrible. She would have gotten more peasants killed due to famine and starvation than actually saved.
Time him out. Time him out.
Balon wouldn't have been able to produce an heir.
No.
True.
And Renly would bankrupt the crown 3 times faster than Robert did.
But then again, Stannis doesn't have a great track record with his own kid. So
Double Dutch rudder. You just work each other's arms. It's not gay if you're holding your dick.
Again, Samuel would know from personal experience. Damn tentacles everywhere.
Well, this is so off the rails. It's not funny.
right, I just confirmed with my homies. Yep, he said no, that's not gay. So
Oh, good.
yeah,
good to know.
No homo needed.
Yep.
yeah, you don't even need to make eye contact. So
I thank you, Chris. Pleased to hear it.
Some high-born fools call you Onion Knight. Think they insult you. So you take the onion for your sigil, sew it on your coat, fly the onion flag.
Well, someone wishes me to change it. 3 mermen with tridents, something like that. I understand why the
He
old
wanted
families
something with
look down.
layers, but the ogre sigil was already taken, so he had to go onion.
I'm like an onion. There's layers. I do. I love
Yeah.
Shrek. By the way, don't worry about you, Samuels. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Kohai is right. We worry about Samuel too.
Oh, so Ryan, you're excited for the fact they might be making a Shrek 5?
Oh.
Probably
Talks in the
not.
works. Well, after the success of Puss in Boots, which is warranted, it's actually a good film.
It is.
I still think Shrek 2 is by far the best Shrek movie of all of them.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
agree
wow.
with that one.
Simping for handsome Shrek, I see.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Well, also at the same time though, you got Stallion Donkey, you get Puss in Boots, and you know, I mean, it's great. It's a great story.
Is that the one
You
where the
also
donkey-
get Mongo.
What? Is that the one where the donkey fucks the dragon?
No, that's the
No,
first one.
that's the first one.
That's the first one. Okay, yeah.
You see the result of it in the third and fourth movie, I think.
Donkey.
But yeah, no. If you haven't seen the second Puss in Boots movie, I highly recommend it. And the ending of it is them sailing to far, far away. This
I haven't seen it, Shadow.
What the fuck?
Shut up.
Time out again.
God damn that kid.
Fucking 19-year-olds. Fucking children.
If you haven't seen the movie, the ending to it is well, they all die in the end. So
You think that's
fuck it,
bad? He also spoils porn videos for me as well. And you know what? The pizza never gets delivered. The pool never gets cleaned.
And the sounds are all made up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not at my end.
Why? My father was a crabber. And? Well, sons of lords don't like to break bread with sons of crabbers. Their hands stink.
And where were those lords when Storm's End starved?
Not many fought bravely for your brother. Many fought for the Mad King.
You defend these men who insult you behind your back.
What, some were happy to do it in my face.
You were forgotten. Robert and Ned Stark, they were the heroes, the glorious rebels, marching from battle to battle, liberating towns from the yoke of the Mad King while I held Storm's End with 500 men.
No one has forgotten you, Grace.
No, Robert did. He gave Storm's End to Renly after the war. Renly never fought a day in his life.
He was only a boy.
So why'd he give him Storm's End?
You like
Bitter.
The horses.
I have to ask. Okay, and
He's
this
bitter.
Yeah, and
You mean like how Rhaenyra's bitter?
What?
Rhaenyra's
How
not
is
bitter.
Rhaenyra's not okay? Look, we're not going to do the whataboutism. We're not going to.
Yeah, let's not.
What? So
Then-
I
Because
don't
Rhaenyra
start it
clearly is
then.
bitter.
No, he backed off. I want to analyze this, yes, because he seems like he's upset. And obviously we have two people who like Stannis. I don't hate Stannis. I don't think he's the best, you know. He does have Jesus.
Replace Stannis with Julius Caesar and Larry might be right.
Good God.
Oh God.
Larry,
I got news for you. I got
Yeah.
news for you, Shadow.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got
That's okay. Dermy, who I stream with every Saturday night, he likes man penis too. It's cool.
Go on.
Did you say man or ma'am? Because that does change the context of it.
I said man penis. Yeah, it's man penis.
Okay. So wait, Ryan, what were you going to ask about Stannis?
Let's analyze this situation because obviously we have people on different sides. So JV first, then Mr. Grant Gregory, and then we'll let Shadow go, and then Nomi. And good Jesus.
This is clearly just a bitter man.
He's not heterosapien.
I mean, you could say that, okay, Stannis is a man of honor, a man of justice. He does what's right, blah, 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 when he clearly doesn't. He is willing to sacrifice anything in his quest to gain the Iron Throne, which he feels is by all rights, it is his. When conquest exists and rebellion exists, he's never loved his family, never loved them. He's never had any affection for his family other than their name. And he is just actions that he takes later on is just I can't stand this character. I absolutely can't stand him. Mr. Grant.
Okay, well, I just want to start off by saying you're completely wrong in almost everything that you said, except for one thing. He's bitter, but it's justifiable. It's the second son syndrome, which is a constant theme running through all of George's work. The fact of the matter is, the one who got it all based purely simply on the fact that he was the older one. He got fat, slow, and dead. He was the mastermind behind the majority of the battle strategy. He was the one who was the strategist. The reason why he was distanced from his family is because he went off to war at a young age. He was the warrior. It was deemed on him. You're never supposed to lead. You're only supposed to go out there and fight. And he did more than that. He aligned himself with a lot of people. He gained a lot of respect as a general and as a leader. He overcome that boundary of being a second son, and when it was his time to take his rightful place, it was overthrown. And yes, rebellion is a huge part of it. That's how his brother got on the throne, and he's a huge part of that. The Stannis that we're seeing here in the series is very different to how he's actually written, especially later on, where let's just say you've got one of the most masterful strategists in the world, and they're like, do I go over the mountain or do I run through fire while dousing myself in petrol? That's the Stannis that we got later on. It's a poor portrayal of the character. So I can understand why you don't like the Stannis that you're seeing, but Stannis as a character, and in this scenario, he plays it perfectly. I mean, look at him. He's in peak physical condition. He can kick ass. He can control his men. Yes, and he's willing to sacrifice everything because his brother didn't have to sacrifice anything to get what he wanted. He got a war started over a girl that he didn't even have to begin with. So
it's true. It's true.
Fair enough.
I agree a lot.
I still love you, but you're wrong.
Okay.
I agree fully with Mr. Grant Gregory. To add,
I don't care what you think.
To add on to that,
Grant's right. Grant's fine.
Yes, he is.
Let's let
Nomi.
Let's let the kid have his moment. Come on.
Yeah.
So Stannis did love his family. He loved his mother. He loved his father, and at the early age, at the very least, he tolerated Robert. Parents died. Robert went to the Vale, leaving Stannis to run the Stormlands in Robert's name. And Renly was a child, basically. Then Stannis has to, in the rebellion, hold Storm's End, where as he's about to explain, they lost all their food was gone, and instead of surrendering, he made anything that was organic. They ate. They were starving. They had to make soup out of books. His wife nearly died doing this. And what does he get out of this? Does he get to be the Lord of the Stormlands? No. He is given some shithole island, which, yeah, there was significance to the island to the Targaryens and by extent to Westeros, but it compared to being Lord Paramount of the Stormlands, it was a slap in the face. And
you shut.
Sorry, I hit a button. My bad.
Yeah, and at least in the earlier seasons, he does love his daughter, and his vibe on his wife, I can't really get a vibe on, but he loved his daughter. There's
sure he did. Sure he did.
Are we really going to take later season content, which also makes Daenerys into a genocidal lunatic, as valid?
Hold on. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay in this.
Okay,
realm.
I'm sorry. Like, it's just I fucking hate when people use that, because Dumb and Dumber have gone out saying they did not like Stannis and they don't understand what people did. So the only reason they have him do what he does to Shireen was to reinforce that he was the villain of the story in the story they wanted to tell, not George's books. Stannis is not an honorable man.
Hold on. Who's Dumb and Dumber?
The showrunners.
Yeah, that was the colloquial nickname.
The other guy.
I was confused on that.
Yeah.
I got you. I understand internet law.
Yeah.
No, I completely missed. I'm like, who the fuck?
It was a coin that was initially turned by Anomaly Inc. When he was doing his reviews, and it was a name that ended up becoming that popular that they had to block their Wikipedia page from being edited because people were constantly changing Benioff and Weiss to Dumber and Dumber as their name.
Benioff and DB Weiss,
Yeah.
They are idiots. So that
Yeah.
that is a good point. I can understand where you're coming from when it comes to Stannis. He did get the short end of the stick, but at the same time, though, I would say because he got the short end of the stick, he became easily manipulated later on, as we can kind of see. And he committed an act of evil against his own family.
Yeah. Which is, I'm going to quickly bring up the fact that he is very justice oriented. The laws of man override. Renly violated the law by trying to circumvent secession.
Doesn't matter. He committed something that is more egregious.
So are you saying the two family members that he killed? The only reason why he only killed two of them because they were the last two left. You think if there was more of them, he would have killed more?
You talking to me or Shadow?
Yeah, no, to you.
Oh, okay. No. So, well, I mean, he did. He basically committed. He killed his own family members. Like, you can't come back from that. And it's like, well, it's my birthright, and it's like, okay, your birthright doesn't circumvent the fact that you should probably actually, try to make peace with your siblings.
He did.
No,
he tried.
Didn't.
Yes, he did.
No,
he
Renly, did not try.
I'm the older brother. Listen to me. If you what's he gonna? He had no other way to negotiate other than let Renly take the throne, which he, by his own morality of justice above all else, he could not let Renly take it. It's the reason why he raised Davos to a lord, and in this scene hints that Davos will be Hand of the King. Because in Stannis' eyes,
wait. So hold on. So it's like, okay, little brother, you didn't listen to me, and if you listen to me, then I'm gonna let you live. But if you don't, and if you don't bow to my claim, I'm going to kill you.
Because if you don't back the birthright of our family, which we've all agreed upon, then you're going against our family. I have to protect our family by doing that. And by you going against what the family's rule and right is, you're saying that we have no claim, therefore you're no longer my brother, and I can do what I want.
But then at the same time, when he finds out that Robert has an heir, he tries to kill him too.
Because Gendry's a bastard. He's not a legitimate heir.
It doesn't matter. That's his legitimate heir.
No.
It doesn't matter.
It's not. It's a bastard by the law. Like, unless he was legalized by a king, same reason
it doesn't work that way.
Same reason why.
Ramsay, 100% works that way. He would never be able.
How it works in the world.
He'd never be able to take. You'd never be able to take thing unless he was formally adopted. That was the reason why.
Okay.
Roose did it to Ramsay.
Or what would happen if Renly was to say take over Storm's End? All they would do is they would take their flag, and they would make a yellow stag on a black field. That is what a bastard offshoot Ninja would do. That is what the Blackfires did. That's why.
Spock. Sorry, didn't mean to maybe.
A bastard branch is different than a. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
I'm not done.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
When John retook the Winterfell, the colors of that flag switched. So it can happen. It's just a messier process.
Yes, and typically not really done unless if there's a male heir like Stannis, that's going to take priority. The only time you would ever elevate a bastard is if there's no other option on the table, or that bastard, like Ramsay, was recognized as an official member of the family by a royal decree. At this moment in time, Gendry is a Waters, I want to say, is what the someone born in the Kingsland is called when they're a bastard.
You mean the Stormlands?
No, he was born in the Kingsland.
Yeah, because it's waters and rivers is for the male-female equivalent. There's
sand.
Stone is the Vale. Snow is the north. Sand is the south.
Okay.
No, sand is Dorne.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
we got to rein it in.
We got to get going. Sorry,
No,
no,
no.
you didn't get a chance.
It's
to talk.
okay.
No,
That's fine.
we got to rein it in because the lovely lady who is she's heard probably a lot of penis
falling asleep here.
So real quick, High Spock made a meme that you wanted. Don't know if it's exactly what you wanted though. Short spotlight. I agree with Joker voice, and Charles Dance is still a prick.
No one's disputing that.
So, Nomi, you are the lovely lady on the panel, and we wish that Lily was here to back you up. What do you think?
Definitely a lot of penis talk today, but but yeah, no, I kind of agree with Shadow. Whoops, sorry about that. But yeah, I agree with Shadow that he did everything necessary to basically survive. Eat the dogs, eat the horses.
Bye, Mugskins.
Bye, have a good one. And then for him to do all of that to survive and still get shit on and not get what he wanted and what technically was kind of promised to him. So I don't know. It's
well,
yeah, I'm over it.
Trust me, more Game of Thrones discussions to come. Well, and this is why we do this, because you know what? Now that we have House of the Dragon that was well received, you want to revisit, where it started. So, once again, I am still here saying good night. Oh, saying good night.
Oh,
gotcha.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Good night.
Thank you for still staying here.
Oh, everything. No man can be in all rooms at all times. I have many little birds in the north, my lord, but I haven't heard their songs since Theon Greyjoy captured Winterfell. The Stark forces are distracted. Now is the time to strike.
To strike?
Talk about it, a
You do
putz.
see these men preparing the walls for siege.
Talk about a
You do
putz.
understand Stannis Baratheon sails this way?
Yeah.
If my uncle Stannis lands on the shores of King's Landing, I'll ride out to greet him.
A brave choice, Your Grace. I'm sure your men will line up behind you.
They say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile.
Okay. Now here is where I will defend Stannis on this. It's like, because it's almost like, oh, I wish you would. I really wish you would.
Mugskins, no, we are going to go all the way through season 8 and all the way through House of the Dragon season 1, and that will leave us on the brink of a couple of weeks before season 2. So no, we are going to balls deep. Trust me.
Please tell me we don't start season 8 until May.
Balls deep, no lube. Ryan.
Wait, Ryan, when are we going to start season 8?
I don't
do
know.
The math.
I don't want to right now.
One episode per Monday.
I'm hoping it's May next year. That way I can drink and tone out the fucking pain.
You're talking too much again.
Shut up, Shadow.
No.
Imagine Stannis' terror.
I am trying.
You're an intelligent man.
Goddamn
Like to
boy.
think I'm an intelligent man.
Oh, no one disputes that, my lord. Not even the multitudes who despise you.
I wish we could converse as two honest, intelligent men.
I wish we could too.
I love these two together.
Tell me.
If we're going to
If
play,
we're going to
then
play, you'll have to start.
Varys, I love this character. Love this character.
No, that's not Varys. Varys blogs out his plan and then gets murdered. I've seen season 8. I know how he does things.
My sister became queen at the age of 19.
Don't rile up the kid, okay? Come on.
My father put me in charge of all the drains and cisterns in Casterly Rock.
A most high-born plumber.
Water never flowed heaven. And all the shit found its way to the sea. Never expected to have any real power. So when my father named me acting hand...
You're quite good at being hand, you know. John Arryn and Ned Stark were good men. Honorable men.
Well, this is
But
the
they
thing. Like
disdained the
his
game
knowledge
and those
of
who
the drainage
You
system
enjoy
does
it,
actually
you
come
know.
into play later on. Like this
Yes.
is that's what I said. This is what I love about the subtext writing.
Right.
What he's saying here has an effect 4 seasons down the track. It's not something that he just pulls out of his hat the episode beforehand.
Right. Unfortunately, that's one of the few examples of logic in that
Why are all the
season.
gods such vicious cunt?
That's a great line too.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Something Samuel is probably going to agree with.
I know you're dying to say it, so say it.
It'll be years before they are.
Who?
You.
What? I said that's something Samuel would agree with.
Well,
That's all I said.
Okay.
And then there'll be nowhere to hide.
One game at a time, my friend.
And
So what did we just find out?
that Joffrey's a putz.
Mm-hmm.
That we
a putz.
He is, and that Tyrion knows how infrastructure works.
Any other comments?
Oh yeah, and they both agree that someone is a raging cunt.
You also, I mean, you knew this going in that like Varys had his own game to play, but it's kind of a bit reinforced of like, oh, I wish we could converse as two honest, intelligent men. Gives away that I'm lying
Constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
even to the point where it's just like, we're going to give each other information, but I don't trust that you're not going to go to your sister about it, and you don't trust that it's not going to go to a network somewhere along the line, because you have, as you said, birds everywhere.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think Varys is one of the few people who knows how divided House Lannister is, not Targaryen.
And I also think that he's had the plan. I mean, I think it's revealed later on that he's always had machinations to get the Targaryens back on the throne. And when he plants the little seed of Dany, and Tyrion's like one game at a time, I think he's like, okay, this buys me time.
Speaking of the Targaryens,
The city and the warlocks have 1,000.
McQueen!
I found one. A ship with a good captain. She leaves for Astapor tomorrow.
Astapor,
We cannot stay here.
they have my dragons. Mother does not flee without her children.
They're not your children. I know they call you the mother of dragons, and I know you love them, but you didn't grow them in your womb. You didn't suckle at your breast. They are dragons, Khaleesi.
You did in the book.
You should sail to
She
Astapor,
breastfed
she'll
them,
be safe
each
there.
and every one of them.
Really?
I don't remember that part.
You know I would die for you.
Okay, so what? I just wait. Go back, Ryan.
Okay.
Go back when because Jorah's trying to play. It's like, about safety right there. You should sail. Then you should sail to Astapor. You'll be safe there.
Astapor, I'm sure you'll be safe there.
She is like, no, you say, because in that line she is basically telling him, look, you tell me to trust you, to trust you, you still don't get it.
Those are my babies.
Nomi?
No, I was just agreeing with you,
thought
Joe. Yeah, I agree with you, JB.
Elaborate, because we haven't heard from you in a while.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm just here just to like be background and everything.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, but you did a really good explanation on that. Oh man, I'm like losing my train of thought here. But yeah, we always the one who commented on your tweet on the Rhode Island thing. Oh yeah, I saw that. Hey, no, see, lost my train of thought. But no, you've been really making, a lot of people have been making good sense and good commentary on this, because there are some things that are in the book, like what Shadow said, that she breastfed all of them.
That was Gregory.
Oh, my bad, Gregory.
I forgot about it.
Oh,
I'm the idiot here.
No, I never forget when boobs are involved in books. So,
and I do.
Where's Tyler? When we need him.
I know Tyler's not here. He's all about the bobs.
The bobs.
Die for you.
Okay, so all right, so then, Grant, your the thoughts on her handling with Jorah here.
She says, she's basically like, okay, Captain Friend Zone, if you want to abandon me, this is your choice of abandoning me. So, but I'm not going to do the same thing. These are my kids. Which is this is also a different situation in the book, because the dragons were never stolen from her. But it's one of those ones. It's like, okay, this is the crossroad in our relationships. I'm showing I'm not going to walk away. What are you going to do? It's a test, and also she's being extremely emotional about it. Like, he knows for a fact she was never ever going to leave, but he also knows that he couldn't live with himself if he didn't at least suggest it to her.
Okay. Ryan?
No, I have no comment. I applaud the Captain Friend Zone comment. I have been proven. I have been taken down on that one. So obviously not this scene, but a previous scene. So we're not going to talk about that. But the fact that people call Captain Friend Zone just makes me wrong more than once.
Then serve me. If my dragons are in House of the Undying, then take me there.
That's what the warlock wants. He told you so himself. If you enter that place, you will never leave again.
And a great please.
And what of my magic?
There you go, girl.
Slip into the fire. You watched the witch burn. What did the flames do to me? Do you remember?
Robin, you lost your arms in battle, but you grew some nice boobs. I love that line in the Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Men in Tights references. Like, Jesus.
Yo, yeah. Okay, no, I remember that one. I was like, wait, what? It's been a long time since I've watched that movie, and I own it.
Until my last breath, I will remember. After I have forgotten my mother's face.
They are my children. And they are the only children I will ever have.
I mean, if you're queen, you can adopt. I mean, they take wards all the time, so.
Just saying, she's super handsy for friends.
Just being friends, yeah.
I don't think Me Too it was a thing yet. But she clearly has a position of power. So.
Me too. That's another.
No, it's okay because she looks like that.
She looks like someone she can ruin your life.
Yeah, she looks like that. If she looks like Elena, if she looks like Brienne or Elena, then you would have a claim.
She gets super handsy for being like,
I mean, she doesn't when he has grayscale, so.
Well, also,
yeah, but she says, "Come back to me when you're." Never mind. We're not going to talk about that.
Come back to me once you've had that shot and that venereal disease is gone. Yeah.
He's the guy she would have rather have been her older brother. Let's leave it at that.
No, I still.
You know how Targaryens treat their older brothers.
I still think that if he would have been a fucking man and like said something, like he might have had a chance to slam. But she was like, "What, dude?
Nope."
No. I actually agree with Ryan. I think if he pursued it, he probably could have done that. But the fact of the matter is, he was too much of. He put himself in the friend zone and then basically whinged to himself that he was in the friend zone. And then a young handsome man comes past, they can swing a couple of swords, goes really fast, and it's like, "Oi, you want to bang?" And she's like, "Well, I'm not doing anything now, so why not?"
A Mel Brooks parody it would be fucking hysterical. God bless Mel Brooks.
It'd be a throne of board games instead of.
I thought he fell out, but he muted himself. That's very handsy for a fucking woman. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
It's called she is using the tools she has to her advantage. She knows she can manipulate him.
Drogon's a child.
Shadow, have you ever been touched like that from a woman?
I haven't.
I mean,
but going off what I've seen in high school, girls touch each other like this all the time.
I was gonna say if you asked him has he ever been touched in the beard, we all know that's a no. But if you mean in the face,
yes, my choice, Gregory. I don't want to deal with crazy people. And apologies, Nomi, but you people are crazy.
Pot calling kettle black.
She's toying with him, and that's the thing. And she,
dude, look at his face. He knows it, but he wants that affection.
Yes, because I know men crave for that attention.
And he's allowing himself to be
vulnerable.
Manipulated.
Yes,
he's vulnerable and
manipulated. Yeah, he wants to be hurt.
And she knows that that is a string she can pull at any time.
But not the string that he wants her to pull.
No.
I still don't care the fact that what Nomi said to Shadow. That was the best fucking answer ever. We can move fucking forward. I don't care. I don't care.
I love this stream. This is
I do too. This is
Like,
actually.
I'm just asking real questions. Like Shadow, have you ever had this experience before? Because
has a Targaryen queen ever touched you on the face like that after you've asked her to leave?
No, and neither women, because, and again, apologies, Nomi, your people are batshit fucking crazy from birth.
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, it's true. What do you mean?
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
That
I mean, human beings suffering from the affliction of 2X chromosomes.
That
you know,
the whole female spectrum is what you're saying.
And I wonder, you know, and I'm so shocked that a woman has not found you interesting at all, at any point. I'm shocked by this.
You may be historically smart, but you kind of lack the female knowledge.
Moving on. Moving on. Guess not. Nomi is the champ tonight. Jesus Christ.
I've said this before in another stream with Maximum Priestley. I identify as a threat, and my pronouns are try me. Like, I want to see you try it.
Shadow, that's not a challenge.
That is not a challenge. Just shut up right now.
Just don't.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I got in trouble.
I
got in trouble last time a woman said "try me." I took that completely the wrong way, and now I have a restraining order against me. So.
Oh my!
Fucking hell!
Oh.
Samuel says, "Stop talking, Shadow. That hole ain't gonna dig itself." Oh, the children.
Just hanging around, lazy kids.
I know, right?
I'd leave them off a few more days. Sends a message.
I haven't got a damn message yet. A few more days won't help.
As you say, it don't hurt to let him rust a while longer. What's this?
Gold for the farmer, for his trouble.
His troubles are done.
And this is where Theon still has that.
You want to keep a man silent? He's silent.
He still has that conflicting mindset. He's like, we wronged him, so here you go. And his first mate is like, dude, if you want to keep him silent, you slit his throat.
Yeah.
Don't pay him off.
He's such a fucking putz, man.
It's a great word.
He's such a fucking putz. Theon is such a retarded moron. It's almost unnerving. But we'll listen to the audio and then I'll show
Got as far as the farm, and then double back.
I'll show the video when it
Went
counts.
through the stream to throw off the hounds. Hoped this would be the last place they'd been to look.
So far.
You're right. So far.
Who was that out there? Home up at the gates.
This music's great too.
And the farmers' boys.
Mm-hmm.
Killed them, burned them, and passed them off as little lords.
They mustn't know. Bran would blame himself.
They'll never hear it from me. The little lads have suffered enough.
Okay, I want to just this is not in relation to anything from the episode or anything, but just the show and House of the Dragon as well. The work that Ramin Djawadi has done for the score and all the music here is just nothing short of masterful. I mean, what John Williams is to Star Wars and a bunch of other movies, Ramin is to Game of Thrones.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely agreed.
Ryan, why were you muting and unmuting me?
I didn't realize that Mr. G had his kids in the room. So
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was muted.
no, you're good. You're good, dude. Well, because you're at home too, dude. You gotta test the waters.
Mm-hmm.
look, one day when you're streaming on your own channel and you have multiple people, it's a joke.
I was I was about to see. I almost caught that as because you started with one day when you're older, and I'm like, and he has kids. That's not going to happen. Come on now.
Wow.
Because he would have to get because he would have to stick it somewhere, and we know he doesn't want to.
Let's look. Let's give the young man time. The first time I lost my virginity was 19, so he still has. I was a late bloomer. After I joined the military, trust me, I got a little.
That all changed.
That's why they call it a boot camp.
Yeah, I got a little more physically attractive, so I'm not mad about that. So trust me, the kid will get there. He's going to be fine. All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, let's go around the panel and see what we'll give Shadow the first thing. Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it like a good 8 or 9, so 8.5, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why it possibly won an award. It's got like a lot of really good moments, but it's still like a pretty B-list episode for me personally. Just like we get some good lines, we get some good scenes, but it's mostly just reinforcing stuff we already knew about characters or setting things up for the next episode.
All right, and we are going to let's go with JV.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this is a solid 7. The dialogue is amazing. The musical score is amazing. Very little with Stannis, so that's always a plus. Just overall, the dialogue, and it just comes down to those little moments, just these interactions between these all deeply flawed characters, and I enjoy the episode for the substance that it brings.
I agree with Samuel right here. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You know, when you're ready, and trust me, wrap that shit and then eventually find the right woman. So, Mr. Gregory, what would you give it?
I give it 7 out of 10 penis jokes. So
7 out of 10 penises. We like it.
Yep. Yeah, it wasn't a rule throbbing 8, but it was a pretty firm 7. So.
All right, that might be the new rating scale from now on. How many penises would you give this episode?
Well, I mean, there's a thing on the episode that's going to come up that you're going to have to cut 1 point off clearly. So.
Oh my gosh.
That makes it even better. So it's 1 out of 10 penises right now. That's the scale. Nomi, scale of 1 to 10 penises. How many would you give it?
I'll give it a 6. And that's not even inches, but a 6 penises out of 10.
Don't know why. I thought you were going to say 6.9. I don't know why.
Nice. But also, I kind of noticed Shadow's little message there, suffering from emotional damage. So I am successful in roasting Shadow tonight.
It was mostly what JV said.
Wow.
What did he say?
The thing about no kids, because that's like something.
To which time?
Not going to go into personal details, but that is like intrusive thought type shit for me.
Okay.
Stop talking. Just stop talking. And my score is there's nothing wrong with a 6 out of 10 because you know what? It's above average. All right. So let's not beat around the bush. 6 inches is 6 out of 10 is fine. So fucking Christ. All right, so we're gonna say goodnight. So we're gonna go with Nomi. What do you have coming up going forward?
Let's see. We're not doing Friday Night Royal Rumble this week. It might be a little tough for me because I'm potentially just relocating to another relocation. But I'm still working on my video, and I should have that out by Wednesday or Thursday.
Awesome.
Very nice. Her information is down below, so subscribe to her. And no longer Shadow of the Hawk, thank God, it's Shadow of Hawk.
Larry, you're the one who called her a Slytherin, not me. And Thursday nights, Merry Madness with Kat the Jobby Gamer. We didn't have it last week, and depending on what I get dragged into over spring break, we might not have it this week. And then I've got to edit videos. No clue if I'll be able to record audio because, again, I'm home for spring break. Gaming streams are also possibly not. It very much depends on whether or not my brother has work this week because he camps himself out of my room because that's where the Xbox is. So I have no clue if I'll be able to record stuff or not. Yeah.
Do you guys give yourself the stranger?
No, we yell at each other and avoid beating the crap out of each other because we don't want dad jumping in and
yeah, absolutely beating the crap out of you.
By the way, Shadow, your shameless plug earlier, this is when you do that plug.
Oh yeah,
it's okay. He's fine.
It's okay. He's young.
And real quick, let's check the chat before we get to our guest. Is Samuel there? Mr. Gregory, would you want to come on screaming into the void and mortify my mom with us? Yeah, there are several of us that go on that channel. I'm a recurring panelist, and his mom watches every once in a while, and apparently she's disappointed in me.
Oh, they're about disappointing mums. Yeah, I've got that down pat. I can do that, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hit me up on Twitter.
No, I'll hit you up, dude, and I'll kick it at you guys. Lawrence Knight, he said, I'm not interested, Shadow. In sexual orientation for my wife, you insulted you little. We're not. Nope.
I don't even know what I said.
You
Exactly, because you just talk.
Because you just that. Shh. We'll help you.
You can't say shadow without saying shh.
Sometimes it's better to be quiet and be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and leave no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Grant Gregory, how you doing, man? What you got going on?
Oh yeah, it was a fun stream. I just didn't think there was enough penis jokes, to be honest. Like, you know,
trust me, we can fix it. Well, we'll do better next time.
Yeah, no, dude. I thanks for having me on, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Our pleasure, dude.
It was a lot of fun. I've been watching the last couple of weeks, and I had a little bit of time today that I thought, you know what, I'll actually jump on now and I actually bumped going on to comics divisions. I completely forgot I double booked. So,
oh wow,
good,
okay.
so.
Well, you know what? I very much appreciate you for that one. So I've actually been on stream with Comics Division. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And you're welcome. Obviously, you're in the Twitter chat, so you're welcome back anytime. Whenever you want to jump in, just let me know. And lastly, and certainly not least, the man who has the best outro ever, Mr. JV.
Oh well, this morning the 11th edition of last week's news dropped. Tomorrow I will be on with Tyler the Redbeard. We will be ranking war films. They showed me the list. I think I've seen 8 of them out of like 30. Should be fun. Wednesday I've been doing a little exposés on Victoria Alonso. One Mr. Kevin Feige. Hush. And then this week I will be talking about who might really be the Sith apprentice. We thought it was Michelle Rejwan. Maybe it's Dave Filoni. We'll see.
Tell Kevin to shut the hell up for me. Kevin, shut up.
Kevin, shut up.
No, in the closet.
Oh, Kevin. Okay, the Chinese honey sausage, keep sucking. There you go.
Yeah.
That bit is never going to get old.
No, it's never going to get old because Kevin Feige is a punk. So thank you so much to everybody for watching this. Thank you to all the panelists, especially Mr. Grant Gregory, to Nomi
All the new folks that's in the chat.
All the new folks in the chat. And lastly, and certainly not least, we only take this way one way. Do it.
Toodles!